Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for being here on this warm Friday evening. Hare Krishna. By the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna, we are continuing our study of Śrīmad Bhagavad Gītā. We are in the 6th chapter, and today we shall discuss texts 20, 21, 22 and 23. 4 shlokas from the 6th chapter. Everybody ready? Hare Krishna. Yatro paramate chittam
Yatro paramate chittam
niruddham yoga sevaya
niruddham yoga sevaya
yatra chaivatmanatmanam
yatra chaivatmanatmanam
paschannatmani tushyati
paschannatmani tushyati
sukham atyantikam yattad
sukham atyantikam yattad
buddhi grayam atindriyam
buddhi grayam atindriyam
vetti yatra na chaivayam
vetti yatra na chaivayam
sthitas chalati tattvatah
sitas chalati tattvatah
yam labdhva cha param labham
yam labdhva cha param labham
manyate nadhikam tatah
manyate nadhikam tatah
yasmin sthito na dukkhena
yasmin sthito na dukkhena
gurunapi vichalyate
gurunapi vichalyate
tam vidya dukkha samyoga
tam vidya dukkha samyoga
viyogam yoga samnitam.
viyogam yoga samnitam.
Translation and purport by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
The translation of these 4 shlokas is little long to fit on one slide, so I did it in 2 slides. Maithili has been complaining that my slides are very boring, so I tried my best to make them colorful today. So translation. In the stage of perfection called trance or samadhi, one's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities. Chittam niruddham. It is completely removed from material thoughts. How? By practice of yoga. Yoga sevaya. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self, Atmanam, by the pure mind, Atmana, and to relish, tushyati, and rejoice, Atyantikam Sukham, in the self, Atmani. So self with a uppercase S means what? Very good, Akshay. Super soul, Paramatma. And Atma can have different meanings. Atma can mean the body, the mind, the intelligence, the soul, or the super soul. It depends on the context. So what does this mean in simple language? In the stage of samadhi, when there is complete absorption, trance, the mind does not engage in material thoughts. The mind does not engage in material thoughts, and the mind is, by the practice of yoga, completely fixed on Paramatma. The mind is completely fixed by Paramatma, and when we are completely focused on Paramatma, we experience great joy. Atyantikam Sukham. We experience a transcendental joy. Such a joy that we never got when we got A+. This joy we never got when we got married to the girl or boy of our choice. This joy we never got when we got a surprisingly large bonus or promotion. This is a different joy that Sri Krishna is talking about. Atyantikam Sukham. There is a lot of Sukh and Dukh in this world, but this is Atyantikam Sukham. This is a divine pleasure. It cannot be described and cannot be compared to anything material. In that joyous state, Yoga Samnitam, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, Sukham Atyantikam. And this happiness is realized through transcendental senses, Atindriyam. Not with this Jadendriya. With this Jadendriya we experience happiness and joy of this world. But this is experienced by spiritual senses, which means when our senses have become spiritualized. Anvika, how can our senses become spiritualized? Yes, by focusing our mind on Paramatma. Mahi, how can you make your eyes spiritual? Very good, by looking at the deities. When we look at Krishna, our eyes become spiritualized. See, water. This is room temperature water. What will happen if you stick it in a microwave and turn it on? It will become warm. What will happen if this water is placed in a freezer? Yes. So the environment affects water. Whatever we expose the water to, it has an effect on water. So when we expose our eyes to having darshan of Krishna, Gaur Nitaya, Krishna Balaram, Srila Prabhupada, our eyes become spiritualized. Apurva Prem Prabhu, how will you make your nose spiritual? By smelling the flowers and tulsi manjaris that are offered at the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. How can you make your ears spiritual? Maithili? How can you make your ears spiritual? Because Shri Krishna is saying this joy, Atyantikam Sukham, is experienced only through spiritual senses, transcendental senses. So how do you make your ears spiritual? By listening to Kirtan or Harikatha. Lakshmi, how will you make your skin spiritual? Very good. By putting Gopi Chandan Tilak or Radha Kund Tilak or Vrajraj Tilak on your skin. By embracing devotees. By touching the deity of Krishna. You can make your skin, your sense of touch spiritual. So our senses become spiritualized through the practice of Krishna consciousness. Akshaj, how will you make your mind spiritual? By thinking of Krishna, because the function of mind is to think. When we think of Krishna, our mind becomes spiritualized. So this pleasure that Sri Krishna is describing, boundless happiness, it is experienced through spiritualized senses, transcendental senses, Atindriyam. Established thus, when we are fixed in samadhi, fixed in a trance, meditation on Krishna, and with spiritualized senses we are experiencing this divine bliss. one never departs. Na chalati. Chalati means to go here and there. Na chalati means the mind does not depart from the truth, tattvataha. And upon gaining this happiness, this situation, this sthiti of joy, spiritual joy, adhyatmic joy, upon gaining this, one thinks there is no greater gain. In this material world, there are so many gains. Gain through money, gain through property, gain through reputation, prestige, respect, power, position. We give importance to all these. And from one angle of vision, these things are important. They have their place. But when we experience this pleasure, we realize that the other pleasures of this world are insignificant. Tyaktva turunam ashesha mandalapati shrenim yada tuchhavat. Considering it to be tuchha. Upon gaining this atyantikam sukham, one thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated, sthitaha, in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of greatest difficulty. Guruna dukkhena. Guru means big. Dukkha means sorrow. Even when there is big catastrophe in life, big problem in life, not strep throat and flu, big problem in life, one is not shaken. That is the test. That is the litmus test that we are actually spiritual. When problems come, our faith, our love for Krishna, our practice of Krishna consciousness does not shake. Otherwise, when it is convenient, when everything is comfortable, it's very easy to sit in an air-conditioned hall with the fan, with the fragrance of prasad coming from below, and the clock ticking, to sit and say, wow, 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 very nice, very nice. It's very easy to do that. But when we go through situations of life, when our health deteriorates, when we feel betrayed, when we face loss, disappointment, embarrassment, failure, at that time to look at Krishna and say, thank you, Krishna. In this situation, I can take more shelter of you with greater helplessness. That is real bhakti. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material contact. How many of us want miseries and suffering in this world?
Already we are getting right.
Nobody wants miseries. Otherwise we wouldn't wear a seatbelt. We wouldn't have health insurance. We are all afraid of misery. And no one wants misery. That's why we eat healthy or try to eat healthy. Correct? Śrī Krishna is saying that the best way to be free from miseries of this world is to be situated in samadhi, is to be situated in perfect Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is the solution to the miseries of life, permanent solution. Who can explain how this is so? Ananda Swarup Prabhu. Śrī Krishna is saying that Krishna consciousness is the perfect solution to material miseries. Can you shed some light on that?
Because anything you do in Krishna consciousness, that is actually what's going to be eternal. Anything you do in the material world, it's all temporary.
Temporary fixes versus permanent fix. Temporary fix means a child is lost and you give them a, what do you call lollipop in America? Round rock. Dum dum. You give them dum dum. The child is crying, give a dum dum, pacifier. So they will be pacified for a few seconds. But that's a stopgap arrangement. That's a temporary fix. Real solution is to take that child to the parents. Then the problem is solved. So all the solutions of this material world, my dear friends, material problem, material solutions, they are temporary. But the real solution is Krishna consciousness. Why? Because with Krishna consciousness, no more birth in this material world. Yam prapya na nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. So this is the translation. Let's recite the 4 shlokas again. Yatro paramate chittam.
Yatro
niruddham yoga sevaya
निरुद्धं योगसेवया
yatra chaivatmanatmanam
यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं
paschannatmani tushyati
पश्यन्नात्मनि तुष्यति
sukham atyantikam yattad
सुखम् आत्यन्तिकं यत्तत्
buddhigrayam atindriyam
बुद्धिग्राह्यम् अतीन्द्रियं
vetti yatra na chaivayam
यत्र न चैवायं
स्थितस् चलति तत्त्वतः
स्थितश्चलति तत्त्वतः
यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं
यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं
मन्यतेनाधिकं ततः
मन्यतेनाधिकं ततः
यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन
यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन
गुरुणापि विचाल्यते
गुरुणापि विचार्यते
तं विद्या दुःखसंयोग
तं विद्या दुःखसंयोगः
वियोगं योगसंज्ञितम्
योगं योगसंज्ञितम्
Apurva Prem, read the translation again loudly.
In the stage of perfection called trance or samadhi, one's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities, chittam niruddha, by practice of yoga, yoga sevaya. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self, atmanam, by the pure mind, atmana, and to relish tushyati and rejoice, atyantikam sukham, in the self, atman.
Now you take the harmonium and get ready. Prabhuji, you recite now. You read the translation, second half.
In that joyous state, yoga samyitam, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, sukham atyantikam, realized through transcendental senses, atindriyam.
Very good.
Established thus, one never departs na chalati from the truth tattvata, and upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated sthita, in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of greatest difficulty. Dukkena guruna. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material concept.
Everybody got it? What Sri Krishna is saying? Okay. Now Srila Prabhupada's purport. By practice of yoga, one becomes gradually detached from material concepts. This is the primary characteristic of the yoga principle. What is the primary characteristic, Mohan Prabhu, of the yoga system? That one becomes detached from material concepts. So if we are practicing Krishna consciousness but we are not getting detached from material things, bad habits, that means we are not making much progress. Vinesh Prabhu, please, asan grahan kijiye. Hari Bol. And after this, one becomes situated in trance or samadhi. Dhi means our intelligence, our focus. And sama means it is equiposed, it is fixed. Samadhi, mind is fixed in trance. Which means that the yogi realizes the Paramatma, super soul. How the Paramatma is realized? Through transcendental mind. When the mind becomes purified, then we can see Paramatma. What example does Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu give in this regard? Brownie points, if you tell the answer. Aparna Mataji has brought special sweets. Anybody who gives the answer. Paramatma Shri Krishna is realized through the purified mind. And what does Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say about this? Abhinav, without confirming it from Apurva Prem Prabhu. Shoot the answer.
Hi, Prabhuji. Is it the cleaning dust off of the mirror?
What is the Sanskrit?
Cheto Darpanamar.
Aparna Mataji, what will you give Abhinav? He got the right answer. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamaha davagni nirvapanam. First verse of Shikshashtakam. Again. चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निनिर्वापणम्. Loudly. श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधू जीवनम्. आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनम्. सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम्. Cheto darpana marjanam. The mind, cheta, is like a mirror, darpan. And when it is cleansed through the practice of Shri Krishna Sankirtan, mind becomes clear, then we are able to see Paramatma. Right now we are not able to see Paramatma because the mirror of the mind is covered with layers and layers and layers of dust. Hari Bol. Can you see anything clearly if the mirror is covered with layers and layers of dust? No. You take spray of water and you clean all the dust off. Then mirror becomes clean and then you can see everything as it is. So we have to realize Paramatma through our purified mind. The best practice of yoga in this age of Krishna consciousness, which is not baffling. The best practice of yoga is Krishna consciousness. A Krishna conscious person is so happy in his occupation that he does not aspire after any other happiness. There are many impediments, especially in this age of hypocrisy. What is the age of hypocrisy and quarrel? Kali Yuga. Kalahalati iti Kali. Kali Yuga, this current age, it's marked by two characteristics: quarrel and hypocrisy. So there will be many impediments to practice of Krishna consciousness. Don't think it will be easy. You wear kanthi and tilak and the family members will ask, what is this? Hey, what is this? Why you are wearing tilak and kanthi? You don't want to study? You have lost your ambition in life? They will say like that. Why you will not eat in restaurants? Why you will not come for movie? They will ask. There will be many impediments. But there is no such problem in executing Bhakti Yoga. We should not get affected by this and we should practice Bhakti Yoga. Hari Bol. Bhakti Yoga means Krishna consciousness, Krishna Bhakti. As long as the material body exists, one has to meet the demands of the body. Namely, Ahar Nidra, Bhaya Maithun. Eating, sleeping, defending and mating. But a person who is in pure Bhakti Yoga or Krishna consciousness does not arouse the senses while meeting the demands of the body. A person in Krishna consciousness also eats, also sleeps, also takes care of all the things, but in a Krishna conscious way, and therefore doesn't get affected, doesn't get entangled. What does he eat? Yes. And before sleeping, what does he do or she do? Chant Hare Krishna or hear some kirtan or read some Krishna book before sleeping. Rather, the devotee accepts the bare necessities of life, making the best use of a bad bargain, and enjoys transcendental happiness in Krishna consciousness. He is indifferent towards incidental occurrences such as accidents, disease, scarcity, and even the death of a most dear relative. But he is always alert to execute his duties in Krishna consciousness or Bhakti Yoga. Callous means he is indifferent, he doesn't care. Whether there is disease, there is scarcity, there is war, pestilence, riots, pandemic, the devotee continues practice of Krishna consciousness, does not ask Krishna, Krishna, why this is happening? That is a sign of a real devotee. His love for Krishna is unconditional. So this is what Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport, that a Krishna conscious person is indifferent to accidents, disease, scarcity, even death of a dear relative, but is always alert to practice Krishna consciousness, bhakti.